Do you often feel like things don't work out for you? Well, I want to share something with you. Life works out for you based on what it is that you're focused on in your life. Where is your energy at? Where are your thoughts at? Where are your actions? What are you always thinking of? Do you tend to be pessimistic? Do you tend to be realistic? Do you tend to be optimistic? Where's your focus? I've been working on this for a very long time. So over time, I've gotten better at changing my focus, trying to focus on the things that I want for me, trying to focus less on trying to control others or my environment or situations, because I know that the only thing that I can control is how I respond to my environment. And so I experienced something recently, and when I think back, there was many other times where I experienced the same thing. And it is related to things always working out for me. So, and depending on what you're focused on, right? So, I'd say, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I started focusing. I mean, I have for a while, but started focusing more lately on creating like a workshop. Because, I mean, I've run programs and workshops before, but that was like at my job placements. And so I've never actually created my own, like in my own business type workshop. And so I was thinking about that lately, the past couple of weeks, and really focusing on it. I even started writing out like an idea of what I thought that I could do to run a workshop for people. And so this was my focus. This is where my energy was going. Right? Versus like in the past, I would maybe like avoid that thought because it was scary. Oh, I haven't done this before. I'm nervous, and I would avoid it. So I wouldn't put energy into trying to think of ideas. As soon as I started thinking about ideas for a workshop, my friend messages me, "Hey, do you want to go to this workshop?" Anyways, it turns out that the workshop was something that I've already experienced, and I'm like, I don't really want to spend the money on it. But then afterwards regretted because I'm like, oh, maybe I should go to like see how they run their workshop. Anyway, that didn't happen. And then I had another friend, like within the same week or maybe the next week, message me saying, oh, there's this free workshop. Do you want to attend it? So like workshop, like kept on coming up in my reality after I started focusing. Like, I don't know why, but it was just kind of weird how that started happening. And then I was at my yoga studio, and I was just sitting on the couch, minding my own business. And then I accidentally overheard somebody working there talking about a free, ooh, leaves. It's windy out. Sorry. All of a sudden, I started overhearing somebody working there talking about a free mindfulness workshop that was coming up. And so I was like, wow, perfect opportunity. I'll just go and ask about it. Because I thought, it'd be nice to attend a workshop to like see how they run their workshop so I could learn from it. But also they were doing a mindfulness workshop, and that's related to the kind of stuff that I live by and I want to teach. And so I went up and I inquired, and so I signed up for the workshop. It was that following Saturday. And so I went, and anyways, so we're like sitting in the room, everyone's there waiting to do the workshop. And then the owner, whom I know, knows me, comes up to me and pulls me out of the room. He's like, I need you for a second. And then he asks me, can you run a half an hour workshop? The person that's supposed to be running this is running late. And right? I was like, what the F? Anyway, in the moment, I was like super like panicky because I'm like, is this actually happening? And then I'm like, I about these geese. They're going nuts. Somebody's angry. Anyway, so I had a bunch of different emotions going on inside of me in that moment. And thoughts too, including like, is the universe, like, is this happening for me? Like, this is nuts, right? And so, the fear part of me was like, oh my God, no, like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to do? I even said that to the yoga studio owner. I said, I don't know what to do. Like, you're putting me on the spot here. I want to do it. And then instantly I remembered that same week, a few days prior, I had just started creating an idea, like an exercise that I could do in a workshop. And so as soon as I realized that I had an idea of like what to do, I, firecracker in me, the perseverance inside of me, you know, put the fear in the back seat, and I was like, I'll do it. I didn't know how the fuck it was gonna turn out, but I was like, this is my opportunity to embody, to experience, like, the universe. This is happening for me, you know. Anyways, I ended up doing the workshop like for half an hour or whatever, and I ended up getting really good feedback afterwards. I had a few people tell me that they thought that I was actually part of the workshop. Anyways, my point to this is, I'm sure you've had experiences like this in your life where the stars align, things just like seem to line up, and you're like, how did this even happen? Oh my God. And I've had many experiences like this in the past, and I honest to God think that it's where our focus is. And so I want you to ask yourself, what are the things that are happening outside of me, right? And how am I maybe creating what's happening outside of me? And even if it seems a little bit out there to think like this, if you have a bunch of shitty stuff going on in your life, like, what do you have to lose? So my point is, start reaching for the stars, those stars that align. Start going after something that you desire, that you love, that you wish for. I mean, maybe life is that magical. I mean, if you think about it, if we can feel and have such negative thoughts and feel such fear and lack in our lives, and we can also experience those feelings of those and experience it in our external environment, fear, lack, loss, then don't you think it would be possible too to experience the opposite if we had a different mindset? Like, what if we were actually creating our reality? You know, some people may say, oh, you're crazy, Kylie. But like, aren't the people that have negative thinking and focus on what they're not good at, or focus on their fear, aren't they crazy too? Because it's all in your mind, right? And what's all in my mind is that I'm like what I'm focusing on, what I love, what I want to work on, instead of being afraid and avoiding things because I think that I'm not good enough or I'm not smart enough. Just try, right? Dabble in it. Anyway, so that was my rant for today. Try chasing after something and see what happens. Just try focusing on it and see what happens. You've managed this far to focus on everything that you don't have and focus on your fears and focus on what's going wrong in your life. You deserve also to focus on the things that you want in your life. So why don't you just try it out and see what starts to show up in your reality, in your environment, opportunities, people saying certain things. That's another part of it too, right? Like, if I wasn't consciously aware of like what was happening in my environment, like how the gentleman asked me, like, hey, like, can you run this workshop? Like, if I was, you know, unconsciously kind of, you know, still in my fear and not focused on, you know, this is an opportunity. You know, like, I've been thinking about workshops. I've been creating ideas. Like, wow, this is happening for me. Like, I could be totally unconscious of that, right? So you have to, and then I could have totally missed out on that opportunity to embody that experience of running a workshop with people, right? I think that's a problem, an issue too, is a lot of people turn down opportunities that are being given to them. They say that life happens for us, not to us. So it's a matter of what you're perceiving, right? I could have, by him asking me that, I could have been like, no way, no, I'm afraid, I can't do this, nope, because of my lack of belief in myself, right? My beliefs and my thoughts shape my reality. So if you think about it, there's opportunities at every corner in your waking life. But what matters is what you're focused on. If you're focused on fear and lack, you're going to turn down those opportunities. So get your mind straight, sit in stillness, chill with the ducks. I can't turn around the camera right now. I want to show you the ducks and the geese. Sit in stillness and ask yourself, who is it that I want to become? What is it that I want to focus on? What do I deserve? Which is everything. You deserve everything, right? Get up here straight first. Acknowledge your worth. Acknowledge your birthright to experience all the best things in life. And then you'll be awakened and you'll notice all the opportunities that are happening for you every single day. Have a great day, guys. Talk soon.